Hi students, how are you all? Myself Payal Christie, and you can subscribe my channel on YouTube for more videos. And today we are going to start from Flamingo book, Standard 12th Commerce, Subject English, poem number 3, Keeping Quiet, written by Pablo Neruda. I have divided this poem into two parts, and today we are going to study the first part. Before starting the poem, let's know about the poet. Pablo Neruda is a pen name of Neftali Ricardo Ruiz Basolto, who was born in the town of Parral in Chile. Now here Pablo Neruda is a pen name, means the real name of the poet is Neftali Ricardo Ruiz Basolto. Okay, and he has used his name Pablo Neruda in this poem. That is his pen name, means whenever he writes the poem, he uses his pen name Pablo Neruda. He was born in the town of Parral in Chile. Neruda's poems are full of easily understood images which make them no less beautiful. Means Neruda's poems, they are easily understood. Generally the difficult words are not mentioned in the poem, and that makes his poems very beautiful. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1971. In this poem, Neruda talks about the necessity of quiet introspection and creating a feeling of mutual understanding among human beings. So in this poem, we are going to study that the poet Neruda has given the importance of being quiet, means to remain silent, and he has also created a feeling of mutual understanding among the nations, to be united, to be cooperative, and all the nations should work with mutual understanding, and then only there will be peace in this world. Now let's begin the poem. Stanza first. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. So dear students, now you can see that the language of the poem is very easy and simple. No difficult words are mentioned in the poem in the first stanza. There are no hard words given here. So let's see what the poet wants to convey in the first stanza. Now in the first line, the poet asks everyone to count up to 12. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. Now why the poet has used the number 12? Now this is a question generally arised in our minds, that why the poet has not taken any other numbers, but he has taken 12. So I feel that this number 12 represents the 12 hours of the day or the months of the year. Means the poet, he might have represented either 12 hours of the day or the months of a year. Now the poet even tells us to keep calm and stay still, means without motion. Stay still means we should not move and we should keep calm. Calm means silent. Okay, so the poet even tells us to keep calm and stay still. He does not want us to move, means he doesn't want us to do any kind of work. Generally, I don't think that ever it had happened that everything has come to a still in the whole world, means everything had stopped in this whole world. Generally this thing had not happened before also, and we have read many poems, but the none of the poet has asked us to stop, to remain still. In this whole world, this is, we can say, a very rare thing, okay, unpleasant thing, that the poet has asked us to remain still. So what the poet is saying is something unusual and unrealistic, means the poet, what he is telling us just now, to remain quiet, to remain still, that means he is telling something unusual or unrealistic, which is not real, which is very rare. The poet wants all the nations to unite together as one. Okay, so now here why the poet is asking us to do so? That if we will remain still, if we will not utter a single word, we will remain silent, then all the nations will unite together as one. And this is only the main theme of the poem, that Pablo Neruda wants everyone to be united. They should keep quiet or remain silent and not speak any particular language. Now we know that the different nations, they speak different languages. Now he is asking here to remain quiet or silent and not to speak any particular language. Now we all have different languages in different countries. So due to that, we have created a barrier or an obstacle, we can say. Now different languages are there, different people, they are residing in different countries. So due to that, an obstacle or a barrier is created between the countries, between the people of different regions. So the poet wants us to break those obstacles and consider everyone to be one. So here the poet wants everyone to break their barriers and consider everyone to be one. We should not have any differences even in languages. Now we should not even have any differences in any of the languages. He wants everyone to be same, to be united and speak the language of silence. The poet feels that the language of silence would be same for all the countries. So here the poet says that the language of silence, we have to remain quiet, and that would be the same language for all the countries. The poet feels by doing so there will be unity among all the humans on the face of the earth, and the people will be united only if they are going to use the language of silence. Further, he says that for at least one single moment, no one shall move his arms. Now, here see, let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. So, the poet says that at least for one single moment, no one shall move his arms. Now, here, arms, we can say our physical arms, that is a part of the body, or the weapons, or another, in other words, we can say power or weapons which people are using against each other. So the poet here says that we should not fight with each other either by our arms or weapons, but instead of that we should maintain peace and harmony. Now let's see the second stanza. It would be an exotic moment. Now here exotic meaning is strange, rare. Okay, exotic means strange or rare. It would be an exotic moment without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. Now it will be a great strangeness for us because we are not, the poet is asking us not to move. We have to remain quiet and silent. So the whole atmosphere, that will look very strange. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. Now in second stanza, the poet says that when everything will come to a standstill, nobody will move in this world. So this will be very unbelievable or rare. That's what exotic means. This has never happened in the history of the world, that all the people are standing still and doing nothing. Now, this is very strange, and it has never happened in the history of the world that all the people are standing still and doing nothing. The poet says that the engines will be not moving because people are not moving their arms, because people are only not going to move, then how the engines will work? They would not start any engines. Engines here means we can say that the vehicles, the aeroplanes, the machinery in the factories, etc. He says that everyone will be calm and quiet. No engines, no work, no sound. So if the engines are not going to work, so there will be no noise and no sound. The whole atmosphere will be very quiet. So there will be silence all around, and everything will get united in a strange atmosphere. Now everything will be united. If the work won't be there, then everything will be united in a strange atmosphere. Now, why he says that it is strange? Because this thing had never happened before, and so the people also finds it very strange. He says that no human being will be harming any other living being. Now, you just see in this line that fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales. Okay, so here the poet even says that no human being will harm any other living creature on this earth. No person will be fishing any whales out of the sea. The fishermen would not be harming the whales, either for their livelihood or for money. The poet feels that all the people will get some free time, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. Now, when he will look at his hurt hands, when he will get some free time. So, here the second theme of the poem is the poet feels that all the people will get some free time to look at their own selves. We know that this modern life that is very much busy, and we don't even get time to look at ourselves. So the poet says that if everyone will be stop working, then they will get some free time to look at their own selves. He says that the person who is collecting salt, in the sea, will look at his own injured hands. Why he is able to look at his own injured hands? Because now he is getting free time to look at himself. So we are so busy in our work that we do not get any time to look at our own selves. So the poet says that we are very much busy with our work, and we do not even get time to look at our own selves. That how we have destroyed our own selves, and in this manner we have destroyed our own selves. So if we will be calm, quiet, sitting in peace for some time, we will have the time to look at ourselves. One thing, we will get a time to look at ourselves if we will be sitting in peace. And another thing is to think over what we are doing, means what we have done in our life. Are we doing something good for us? Now this question also will arise in our mind, that are we doing something good for us, or are we destroying our own selves? So that's the poet's aim. Okay, here is that why he wants us to remain quiet, calm and still, so that the world should know about themselves, and at least they will get some free time to think about their life. Thanks for watching the video, and have a nice day.